How historically accurate is The Alienist on Netflix? Based on Caleb Carr's chilling novel of the same name, The Alienist immerses people in the world of New York City in the Victorian era. The story is fictional, as are a number of the central characters. However, there are real-life historical figures in The Alienist. Carr, who previously worked as a military historian, meticulously researched the period and setting of his book when he came to writing it. Program makers on the Netflix series of The Alienist have tried to ensure that the show stays as true to the source text as possible when adapting it for the small screen. Among the real-life characters in The Alienist are banker J.P. Morgan, police detective Thomas Burns, played by Ted Levine, gangster James Biff Ellison, Falk Henschel, and journalist Lincoln Steffens, Jefferson White. Will there be another season of The Alienist on Netflix? These characters all existed in the time period of the novel, which is set in 1896. Theodore Roosevelt, Brian Geraghty, not only interacts with the fictional characters, he was also really the police commissioner of New York at this time. The Alienist has an authenticity to it as it attempts to embed itself within history. Perhaps one of the best examples is when it's revealed that Dr. Laszlo Chrysler, Daniel Bruhl, treated real-life serial Jesse Pomeroy, Stephen Louis Grush, in a disturbing scene. Dr. Chrysler was seen paying a visit to the murderer and nearly getting Ed as he tried to establish a motive for his new case. The Alienist on Netflix cast on top of that. The Alienist is set several years after the East End of London was rocked by the Jack the Ripper murders, which were carried out on female prostitutes who were disfigured in a frenzied attack. The Alienist seems to draw parallels to the Jack the Ripper murders, but instead of females, it's young male prostitutes who are mutilated and dead. Carr set the drama in the Gilded Age, where the rich and the poor lived side by side, and this has been replicated accurately in the TV show, with certain quarters of the city living in poverty. With regards to the policing methods, The Alienist is again set at a time where Sigmund Freud's work was on the verge of being published, suggesting that the boundaries might have been pushed into criminal profiling. How to watch The Alienist online in one scene. Dr. Chrysler discusses fingerprints, which had only just come into use at this time. Police in Argentina used fingerprints to solve a murder, but it wasn't until the early 20th century that the New York Police Department formally started using fingerprinting. So while these things may have just been invented or discovered, they were cutting edge of the time period. Dr. Chrysler himself is seen as something of a maverick, reflecting how new these method of profiling and investigating crimes were. The Alienist Season 1 is available to watch on